Hey, it's a beautiful day here on Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia. It's October 26th, 2022, in the year of our Lord. Getting ready for Halloween. Welcome to the Garage Orloff Show. Lots of stuff going on. Getting ready for the big Graphic Man show this evening. By the way, if you're tuning this in, sometimes it takes me a long time to upload the shows. And I might start posting a video in 4 or 5 hours. It finally uploads. So if you're watching this after between like 7 and 9 p.m. Central on the October the 26th, make sure you go over to the Graphic Man channel and tune in the Four Color Fossil show, and then come back to this show, because I'll be on there live, and along with noted comic book historians. Still a little bit sick. Getting better, though. Let's see. Oh, we've got... look at this. Gerald Celente is... this is a replay of yesterday's Alex Jones... No, I think it's Monday's Alex Jones's show. Gerald Celente. This guy... Tell me if he doesn't sound just like an angry top cat. Listen.
This is sick stuff. Look, we're going to come back in a little bit, and I'm going to talk a lot about the economy and where it's going. As we went on the air, the markets are up like over 400 points. What a joke. What a joke. And the whole thing, it's a con game. We got con artists in front of us. Look at the clown con artist. By the way, don't call this a government.
Someday I'll take a Top Cat cartoon and I'll dub him over it, and it will be hysterically funny. But that will have to be left for another day. Because as darkness falls, as the shadows become dark and black, the silent pall of evil settles upon the earth. Who dares to search? Who dares to see what walks in the night? If you dare. Welcome to the Garage Orloff Show. Well, it's a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Started a job but won't get paid until right around Thanksgiving, November 20th. So my retirement comes like October 31st at midnight. But that's not in time to buy candy. So luckily, we borrowed a little money. But nice things have happened. Like John Goris, who commissioned me to do a painting, he just out of the blue sent me a $20 bill, realizing that it's going to cost me, and I didn't even think about postage. It cost, $17, $18 to send it. So, Charlton66 just sent me a message on Instagram. Hope you're feeling better, Kenneth. Kenneth is another name I sometimes go by here on Earth. But Gratu is my Martian name. So I got $20 in the mail, and I came home Monday, and it was super rainy, and I saw a cardboard box like sitting out in the rain, and I rescued it. Luckily, it was packed wonderfully well. It was a surprise package. Actually, I kind of knew it was coming from Lead Paint. Lead Paint said he would send me some issues of the Monster Times that I didn't have, that he found at his local comic store. But I didn't realize he was going to send me all this other stuff. So this is an amazing, what do they call it on YouTube? Not a surprise package. What do they call it? What is the term? I started writing down terms the other day because I can't remember them, man. My grandfather used to have to do this. He kept notes as he got older. Of people's names and stuff. What is it called? It's got an acronym, man. When people send free stuff, man. It's act of kindness. It's like AOK. AOK, right. I was thinking, no, that doesn't turn out to AOC, does it?
Associated Press, NORC, Public Affairs Research.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be AOC. So, Yeah, what do you think of AOC? I don't know. She's pretty horrible. I don't know. Okay, let's go on up to the comic room where I've got some lights. Yeah, I made this. I started writing down notes as I was watching other people's videos of words that I can say that will make my videos more popular. Because, hold on. My videos get on average about 300 views, but other people get thousands or hundreds of thousands or even millions of views. And I've trapped myself in a room with a wasp, so you might see me get bitten during today's episode. Yeah, I start writing on the back of this junk mail. Hey, look at this. You get one of these things, and you get 20 cents off for every gallon of gas. Gee, that sounds like a great deal. Fantastic. I think I'll take them up on that. Not. Anyway, so I wrote these things down. FOMO. That means fear of missing out. So if you're some idiot that watches movie trailers and like, oh, Bill Murray's in this trailer for Ant-Man, Quantumania, and he's playing this character that was in an issue of Hulk from 1973. So apparently FOMO means fear of missing out. You have to rush out, go to eBay and pay exorbitant prices for some comic that was worth about $7. Now it's worth $30, because that's going to be hot, because Bill Murray is now part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then Jim Mint. I wrote down color breaking and spine tick. Oh, and In the Wild. I found this book in the wild, as opposed to, I guess, getting on a computer and pressing a button and then the book arrives in the mail. I could give a shit watching people make videos showing books that they got in the mail. I want to see books that have a story behind them. Preferably, just this is how my personal preference. I prefer to look at books that you have from your childhood. But maybe you didn't buy comics in your childhood because you're an idiot, or maybe, I don't know. I just don't have any respect for the new generation of comic collectors. And Ultimate Fallout 4. You got to talk about that. That's an important issue. Like, what even is that Ultimate Fallout 4? Everybody's always looking, I gotta find the Ultimate Fallout. So they're looking through Ultimate Spider-Man from the 90s. They think that's, man. So I started making this list of stupid comic book terms. And then I made this list of things I can say that make me sound more intelligent. Like a Democrat. They're all smart, college educated, right? They're very smart people. So I've got, I always say these things. So I can say it is what it is and build back better. And things like we're having a conversation, and that being said, and having said that, and moving forward and going forward, and microaggression and triggered, and it's not hyperbole, and I mean this sincerely, and problematic, and BlackRock, and Big Pharma, and semi-fascist, and neo-pronouns, and just chilling. I learned that cool term from Hillary Clinton. She grew up in a inner city neighborhood where she used terms like just chilling back in 1955. Well, anyway, I opened up this package from Lead Paint. Having said that, I opened up this package from Lead Paint, and first thing I find is this magazine that apparently is just a few letters off from being Eerie. Eerie, the famous Warren magazine from the 60s, 70s. Now, the note here says you can get this magazine directly from Hoffman on his website. See? So, and by the way, lead paint, this really brightened up my day. When I got home, I got a $20 bill in the mail from this great guy, Mr. Goris, that commissioned me to do the painting. He wants me to do another painting. That's fantastic. And then I got this great stuff from Lead Paint. And then we were about to go out to a Mexican restaurant, and we were completely broke. And we tried to activate this new credit card, and then they said, well, they gave us some, well, we need a copy of your driver's license, your social security card, and a piece of mail before we can activate. It's like, F that. We just borrowed a few dollars from my wife's mom until we get paid. Things are a little rough. They're getting better as I have now a job in addition to my retirement, which shouldn't have to be that way. You should be able to retire and live on that, but not with a Democrat in office. And if you think Biden's controlling things, he's not. It's the evil specter people up above him. Anyway, this is very interesting. This is very interesting at all, very much. Okay, so you know there is apparently a lot of nostalgia. I thought I was the only one nostalgic, but apparently not. There's fake creepy out there called Shudder that's put up by Warrant Publications. The originals were from Warren. And there's a fake vampirella called Vampirus Carmilla, also put up by Warrant. And those get distribution through Barnes & Noble, and some comic stores will get a couple copies of them. But this is apparently March 2021. So that's a while back. I don't know if this is still in publication. It's eerie, spelled like this, where horror comes home to roost. Well, let's take a look at this magazine. This is something I don't think I was aware of. Now, Shudder and Vampirus Carmilla do a pretty good job, not a pretty good job, an excellent job of recreating the look of the original magazines, I have to admit. Yeah, and when they can, they get original artists and original writers, especially Donald Glut seems to be all over those magazines, and he wrote for the original magazines. So the question is, will this inside be as authentic as those Warrant ones? So I've opened it up, and let's take a look at what we've got here. I wonder if I can zoom. Can I zoom? I don't know if I can zoom or not. Anyway, if you're watching this and it's between 7 and 9:30 on Wednesday night, God, I'm fat, the 26th, please go over to Graphic Man's channel, because I feel really shitty when my show just, I wait for hours for it to upload, and then it just pops up on YouTube right in the middle of his show, and I'm going, oh shit. And it's getting views of people that should be over there. Okay, let's take a look what we got. Who are the artists? The cover is done by Mike Hoffman. Stories by Mike Hoffman, Marcus Thor. Juan Luis Iglesias. Artwork is by Mike Hoffman, Marcus Thor, and Santos Zabalos. So there's 3 people doing the art. This one is trying to look like early Bernie Wrightson, circa late 60s, when Bernie Wrightson would get published in like the Monster Times and things. So this one, and it has nudity, you know, like they would always put in the Warren magazines. The only thing that looks a little off is the lettering is a little big, if they're trying to make it look exactly like Warren, but maybe that's not their 100% goal. It's on, I think, slightly thicker paper stock than the Warrant books are. So, yeah, these, visually it looks pretty darn good. That, this guy is a little Jack Davis influenced. And then this is a different art style here. This guy is more, this is kind of more Vampirella influenced. And here's the next issue, Eerie 4. The only thing that's a little that you expect to see. And when you're looking at a magazine like that, you expect to see 15, 20 pages of cool ads for monster products in the back. But they just have a letter page because it's not really a Warren magazine. I would probably put fake ads in the back just to try to, you know, here are the past issues, which I never saw. So I'm impressed that this magazine exists. I've just never seen it. I never knew it existed. So this will be added to my Monster magazine collection, and I will read it and see what we're dealing with. This is need to look this guy up and see if this. I assume this magazine's still being published because he says, to contact the guy. Well, I just heard the verdict being read for Darrell Brooks, who was charged with running his SUV through a Christmas parade last November in Waukesha, and I think he killed 6 people horribly, and must have hit 100 women, old ladies, little kids, horrible, and destroyed the SUV. And he was in court acting like a little kid, badgering and scaring the judge. And the judge was really scared of him, and he was talking all his sovereign citizen stuff. He acted as his own lawyer, and he just kept. He really wanted to go into jury nullification with the jury, and the judge wasn't letting him. So he just kept asking and asking and asking, just like a little kid. And finally, the prosecutors said, well, if he says it in his closing statement in front of the jury, we'll just object, and then you can say they need to forget that and pretend it was never said. And so he got his right, and he was all smiley. He wasn't smiley today when it took them 20 minutes to read every count that he was guilty on. So he's going under a rock somewhere. Speaking of rocks, Black Adam started this weekend. I didn't see it because I wasn't feeling well enough to go in a theater. But, it's got the Justice Society in theory. It's got that guy that's supposed to be Hawkman and Dr. Fate looked pretty good in the trailer. But, why is the Justice Society going up against a villain that was these characters from National are going up against a villain from a Fawcett comic book? I know that, Captain Marvel, or as the idiots today call him, Shazam, was acquired by DC after they sued them out of business. He doesn't have the pointy ears, and it's like, why are we making a movie about a villain again? I don't have any interest in Venom. This character at least has some interest, but Captain Marvel's not in it. But then Superman appears apparently at the end with his spit curl, which is what that actor always needed. That's why he never looked right, the Superman. And people online are saying it doesn't matter about a spit curl. Yes, it fucking does. Because that is what Superman has, and that's what Superman's always had. And if you slick Superman's hair back, he doesn't look right. You think, well, that just looks dumb, the spit curl. Well, then don't be watching movies based on comic books made for 8-year-olds, you fucking morons. Anyway, DC movies, yesterday, well, okay. There was an Ant-Man trailer that came out the other day. It looks okay, I don't know. Ant-Man's daughter looks okay. I'm still open to there being good comic book movies. Just the last 10 or 12 movies from Marvel have been shitty, or their TV shows or whatever. I've liked the other Ant-Man movies. Okay. So maybe that'll be all right. And then they've got a trailer. Then they put out a trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, which I understand is based on the Star Wars Christmas special as far as cheesiness that I guess will come out next month. And that looked okay. And then within 30 minutes, it seems like, of them dropping the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special trailer, there was a big press release, and I'm sure it was timed just to kind of annoy Marvel, that James Gunn is now in charge with some other guy I never heard of, but he's like the main CEO or whatever, the Kevin Feige, whatever, however you pronounce it, now of DC Comics movies is James Gunn. Now, James Gunn has actually read comic books. James Gunn can make a good comic book movie. I've always liked James Gunn. James Gunn made a movie called Super that's fantastic. The Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one was great. The second one was pretty great. His The Suicide Squad was great. I like Peacemaker. He has a tendency to get into a little bit of the wanting to show male butts and private parts unclothed a little too much, but I'm sure he won't be doing this in the regular DC, Superman, Batman. Basically, they need someone that knows what they're doing with comics, and he knows, and I think maybe he can be restrained. There's a word, problematic thing about James Gunn is back 15 years ago, whenever he was putting all that stuff on Twitter. Now, maybe he was making fun of the Hollywood industry, or I don't know. That was a little disturbing, so I'm a little wary of the guy, But I think that this is a good sign. Oh, Captain Strangeliffe is calling me. Shit. I'll call you. He can't hear me. I'll call you about Captain Strangeliffe after the show's over. Shit. Anyway, I'm recording this on my phone, obviously. I didn't even see that I got this the first time. Look at this. Well, for one thing, Aquaman, they're decals. Or is there more? Wow. Oh, yeah, it's decals for Aquaman. Look at that. I wonder where he got these. It looks very cool, and that's the right time period there. This here, that looks a little too 90s or something. At least he doesn't have the hook, but his hair's not blonde. His hair, that's a good look. That's how he should look, man. And these are great. Gosh darn, I've got this is a great group, a great neighborhood of fans. I don't want to say community, because that's communist, man. I hate communists, but everyone calls it a community, so I guess I will. But anyway, Lead Paint is this wonderful guy. He's always watching, commenting on the Four Color Fossil show, and he should come on sometime. But he sent me this great stuff. This is for your fanzine collection. So it's an EC deal. I haven't opened any of these yet. I was waiting to do this show. I should have done it yesterday, but what happened yesterday? I don't remember. Something exciting. Let's see what this is like. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's got a wraparound cover. Look at that. Now that's damn cool. And that's an original painting by damn. Looks like original. Okay. So the magazine is actually called Horror from the Crypt of Fear. Never heard of this. It's the third printing of 200 copies. No. It says third printing, 200 copies in June of 2002. Oh, this is 20 years old. Second printing, 100 copies, June of 2001. First printing, 200 copies, 1997. Okay, so this is a third printing. They only made 200 copies. In memory of Sam Kingston, a talented and devoted fan of EC horror comics. So this is yeah, it's a EC fanzine that I was never aware of, but back in the 90s, they everybody was doing little magazines, including me. If I have enough time, I'll show you some of the magazines I've done. This is really cool. So yeah, thank you, Lead Paint. It shows things like Estrus Records would do these little tributes to EC on their covers. You know, EC was always being used by rock bands, and the EC look was always being used. Yeah, it just kind of, you put the EC, you know, ghoul characters along the side in little circles and on an album cover, and everybody knows exactly what you're doing, you know, that who you are and that you're cool. An artist like William Stout, you know. Yeah. Wow. So this is going to provide some great reading. There's Jay Lynch, Tales from the Lynch. Man. I don't think I can't text while I'm filming a show, or otherwise I'd send a text to Hans that I'm doing this. All right, look at this. Marvel 12 posters, also known as affiches. This must have been printed somewhere else where they used the term affiche for a poster. Huh. And it's got all these posters inside. Oh yeah, it's because this is a foreign printing, so it's definitely... see if I own any. I own that one. Just look if I own any of these original books. I own that original book. I own that Black Panther book. I own that She-Hulk book. I'm not sure if I own that Captain America book. Let's see. Let's see. Are these artificially aged? You know, they're all those posters that... I guess you're not supposed to open this because they don't want to be a highly collectible anymore, but obviously I'm going to open. It doesn't look like it. Does it open and reseal like cat food? I don't think so. I think I'm going to actually have to open this. Some of these should go up on the wall immediately if I could get somewhere and get a frame. You know, we should be stocked up more with food, because the word on the street is that things are going to get bad, you know, in the next couple of weeks before the election. But, yeah, who knows? Maybe things... Oh, okay, I see what they've done. Yeah, this is Iron Man. These are like those posters that are on boards that see, they artificially age them with little fake creases and stuff. So that's Iron Man 40. This issue I wish I had. I used to have a t-shirt of this back in the late 70s. Hulk 102. There's Captain America and the Falcon 185. I certainly don't have a copy of this. I found a picture of a dog eating this comic book. I put it on my Instagram page, which is weird. Why do I have 1,030 or 1,050 subscribers to my Instagram, but I can't get above 430 people on YouTube. Did people just, maybe they subscribe more often on Instagram so they can get your pictures in their feed, but you know, if I could just get all those people on Instagram to subscribe here, then maybe I could make a few pennies off Instagram. Yeah, this is a, in fact, I have this right over there on the wall, and I own this book. Yeah, this is now this Marvel fanfare, you wouldn't find a book like this in bad condition, because these were only sold in comic book stores. Marvel Fanfare was a direct distributed book to comic stores. It wasn't sold on a newsstand, and which is why it doesn't have a UPC code. And the people that bought it were collectors, so you're pretty much only going to find this in really good shape. You know, things like that, books like that, or Young All-Stars. I have that issue of Nova. I'm pretty sure I do. I mean, because, you know, that's, to me, not old. It's from the late 70s. But I guess it's old. This is a really cool cover. It's got to be... Shit, I thought it was Neil Adams. It's John Byrne. Yeah, they aged that a little bit too much, that Black Panther, where you can barely see him for all the folds and scratches. Yeah, I bought this when it came out. Boy, that... I don't know. Maybe, what's wrong with Marvel? Here's a foreign Ant-Man. I don't know what country that's from. They're speaking English, so it's probably some country like Canada where they... Why would you... Well, I'd say, why would you mess up a logo? But Ant-Man didn't really have a distinctive logo, now that I think about it. That's just probably... Wait, I just put, instead of Tales to Astonish, whatever. But then the Venom book, they hardly put any scratches on that, because that's too sacred. Venom's such a great character. I don't give a shit about Venom. Do you guys like, do you care about Venom? I don't know, man. He came along at the wrong time for me. I like Spider-Man, the Steve Ditko and John Romita era, and after that, I just don't really care much. And anything that happened in the Spider-Man world after that era, I don't care about. The only thing that kind of got me interested was that Spider-Girl comic, which I don't know if that's in an imaginary, alternate, multiverse universe or something, but it looked interesting on the newsstand enough that I picked it up. Because at a certain point, I just got sick of... I stopped buying a lot of new comics and just stuck to buying old comics. Okay, and then the actual original reason why he sent me the package was he was sending me some issues of the Monster Times that I didn't have. And this is December 1974, number 37. Apes Invade TV. I'll put this... I know what I can do. I've got some boards and bags that I can put these in. See, they don't... It's a little taller than a magazine board. But I think I've got something I can put these in. This is number 39 for March of 75. So I would have been in March of 75. I would have been in 4th grade. And I could not find the Monster Times in San Antonio, Texas, or I would have been buying this. I mean, I know they sold it in San Antonio. But the only places I went to that I was driven to were the Stop and Go. And I went to the Lone Star Drive-In, which was a convenience store. They call them ice houses in San Antonio. And I guess I went to the North Star Mall, whatever bookstore was there, and there was some other bookstore in a tiny little strip center where I bought a lot of Star Trek paperbacks, but I don't think they had any magazines at all. It was just all new paperbacks. The only time I found famous monsters during the 2 years, third and fourth grade, that I was in San Antonio was one time when we went to the dentist, and I went to afterwards, we went to a bookstore downtown, and there was famous monsters with Sinbad fighting the skeleton on the cover, and yeah, so that was a wonderful time in my life, but it was hard to find monster magazines. He sent me a copy of Retro Fan that I don't have. And this is number 21. It's new issue, July 2022. I was buying this every time it came out. I had it on. I had a pull list, but this is the only thing on the pull list. But now I'm 11 hours away from the store that was pulling it for me, so they probably get one every so often and try to put it out and sell it, and I'm sure it never sells, or they probably stopped sending off for this, because this is not. There's very few people that would buy this magazine. Very few people that care about like reading an article about the Slinky. I'm one of those people, and you obviously are too. And obviously there's an audience. Astro Boy, I love Astro Boy. I was showing some Julie Newmar last time from those little digest magazines. This book my wife bought for me for my birthday, but this is a book I've got to get, and same with that, in case my wife's watching this. And this one was sent to me by Charlton66. But look at this, it crept from the tomb. These people put out amazing shit. And there's a book about filmation. There's the article on Julie Newmar. Article on the Untouchables. And then the piece of ass day resistance. The last thing in this package is amazing. And it says, "I don't like new comics either, but I think you can appreciate this." Yeah, this is something I've been wanting, but I just thought, well, how am I going to get that? Because I went to a comic store. I went all the way to Des Moines to a comic store, and it turned out they didn't have new comics. They only had old comics, which actually kind of thrilled me. But then I realized there are occasionally new things that I want, like this, or some of these new reprints they're putting out like every week. They're doing reprints of Action Comics #1 and stuff like that. That's interesting to me. But anyway, this is Fantastic Four Full Circle. This is something I know Alex Ross has been working on for years, and it's his graphic novel where he has used Land of the Giants, Irwin Allen's Land of the Giants, the characters in that as the models for his Fantastic Four. I mean, that's obviously Gary Conway from 1969, and that's forget what her name was. Wasn't she the stewardess? Land of the Giants was like a commercial spaceship, as I recall, and there was a stewardess. The fuck? My wallet just fell out of my pants. That's not good. Is that a sign I'm getting thinner or fatter? I don't know. Heard a clunk on the floor. That would not be good if that happened in a outside place. So anyway, I haven't heard a lot of people talking about this book, which is strange. Maybe because it's not a key issue, but now Alex Ross is a fantastic artist. I mean, really, truly one of the greats of all time. Of artists today, he's got to be the best. I can't think of anyone else in the comic industry like this. Unless I'm wrong, there might be someone else. Kind of doubt it. But You can be a great artist, but not a great writer. I mean, and you can have great ideas, but you're an idea guy, and there we go. You can't express those ideas. So, Neil, because about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, I go in a comic store and like, what? There's a Fantastic Four comic book drawn by Neil Adams? I was just like, wow, that's incredible. Because imagine if 1970, 71, if Neil Adams had drawn the Fantastic Four, which is one was at the time before Venom and Carnage and Deadpool. Fantastic Four was the flagship best comic that Marvel did. Of course, now everybody loves. I need Ultimate Fallout 4 with Miles Morales. I don't care about that. Let's make a new character. Stop taking a character that you already know will sell Spider-Man and just coming up with new people to be Spider-Man. We don't need 40 Spider-Mans. Come up with a new character. Maybe, Ladybug Man or Ladybug Woman or something. And just if you want to make some new character. Anyway. So the question, but then, and he also had come back and was doing Batman, and it's like, wow. And then I had the crushing blow. I don't know if it was, I realized it or someone told me, it might have been Eric Breen, said, yeah, but he wrote it. Neil Adams wrote the Fantastic Four. And it's like, wait till you read it. You just look at the pictures, don't read it, then maybe it'll be all right. So, I'm hoping that Alex Ross is not one of those great artists that is not. Oh, wow, look at this. That is definitely Gary Conway. Okay, I don't know how to do this. Let's see if we can. Got the origin story there. This is a very slick book. Oh, wow. It's like. Well, this is way complicated, man. Yeah, man. If Marvel could make a movie, it looks like this, but I hear they're casting, what's that horrible sniveling actor that a lot of women like? Adam Driver, because he was in a show called Girls or something, and he played some little Darth Vader's guy, Han Solo's son. Stupid. And they're saying, well, we hear he's being cast either as Reed Richards or Doctor Doom. If you make him Reed Richards, he just played a stupid part. I'm sorry. If you make him Doctor Doom, he just played a doctor. Darth Vader was based on Doctor Doom mostly, or maybe somewhat Japanese. That would be stupid. And Reed Richards, he doesn't look like this is a perfect Reed Richards, Gary Conway, because Reed Richards isn't this skinny-necked little worm like John Byrne drew him. He was a, just because he's a science guy, you think you have to draw him like that. Okay. Art and script by Alex Ross. Colors by Alex Ross. Okay, so this is it's not a painted style like he normally does. It looks like it's penciled and then colored. It's really cool. I got the phone on a tripod. I don't know how to. Oh shit! That's a cool angle, isn't it? I think these pages fold out. Every time I turn a page, I hear a crack because I guess they're. I must feel like they're just really heavy stock paper. I thought almost like it was going to be a fold out or something. Yeah, this is looking good. Even if this is poorly written, it looks pretty cool. Um, I don't. I wish all comics were like this. I just miss comics, man. I wish he obviously loves and grew up in the same era as me, and probably you, since almost all the viewers are, according to the YouTube, whatever the fuck app, it tells me the age of the average viewer. Oh boy, these pages are. Yeah, it feels like I'm going through a pop-up book, but no, once you turn the pages, they're just very stiff pages. Weird. Holy smoke. Yeah. Um, yeah, this looks like you need to read this book in a room with fluorescent light, not fluorescent, ultraviolet light, because it looks like he's very heavily inspired by the fluorescent posters that Marvel put out around 1970. It looks like that's his main inspiration. I mean, someone like, definitely. You see, when, oh, wow, this is like, this is unbelievably cool. And you know that Ant-Man Quantum Mania will look nothing like this, you know. They're just, you know, they put James Gunn in as the head of DC Comics Studio, and that will yield some interesting movies, trust me. They should put, if I were in charge at Disney, I would put Alex Ross in watching over the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This looks very much like a 1973 era War in Color magazine drawn by the, you know, those European artists, like, you know, that Dracula portfolio is what it looks. Damn, this is just astonishing. Okay. Does this unfold? What is going on? What is up with this page? Anyway, so Daryl Brooks is in trouble, man. Can you imagine? All he did was run his SUV through like 160 people. That's hardly. Yeah, okay. Pretty darn. Damn, look at that. Look at the coloring on the thing's fist. This is amazing. So why aren't people talking about this book exactly? So anyway, All Quiet on the Western Front. It's going to be on Friday on Netflix, but they'll probably all be wearing dresses and use neo pronouns. My brother Mike used to he had a paperback of One Flew All Quiet on the Western Front, and he'd read the gory parts to me when I was like a third grader, and it was unbelievable, you know, what they would describe as far as the carnage of World War I. And that was when I lived in San Antonio, and I remember, you know, years later, of course, I would read the actual book and see the silent film that was made not long after World War I, and you know, I'm sitting in a house that was built during World War I or right after. Although I've got a postcard that says that's it's postmarked 1912, and it's got a picture of this house, so I'm wondering if that's actually accurate. I think this house is older. Anyway. This is just incredible. This is what comics should be, but they aren't, because nobody cares anymore. And of course, this took a long time to do. This is wow. So, man, great. So, I really appreciate this lead paint. This is just fantastic. I highly recommend this book. Now I've got something else to read, and so I put this somewhere safe where Drew the dog will not chew on it. So I guess that's everything he sent me. Oh, shit. And right now it's 12:34 p.m. Tonight at 7, in about 6.5 hours, we'll be live. Oh, look at this. I printed this off the internet at some point, this picture, and I put it in a little cheap frame from the Dollar Tree, so these can become new relatives. Isn't that cool? Oh, last time I meant to take you down to the basement. Let's go down to the basement, because why? Oh, I found my kooky spookies. A lot of things that I thought were lost, turning up to be in the food pantry down in the basement. Let's see what we can find down there. Now, the food pantry needs to be filled with actual real provisions, because there's a really good chance there's going to be some skullduggery and shenanigans that happen between now and Election Day. If there isn't, I'll be very surprised, and you can say, oh, Gratu, you're just a conspiracy monger, and I'll be happy to be wrong. What the hell's going on here? Oh, the Alex Jones show ended early? What the frickin' heck? Why was it so short? What's going on here? Maybe I just lost track of time. I started it at about 6:30 this morning. Okay. Oh, that's been about 6 hours. That's actually, okay. It didn't end early. I just don't know what I'm thinking, man. Is there anything else cool over here I can entertain you with? How about this book? Let's talk about being destructive. What the frick is this? First annual dinner, the Loyal Order of the Boar, the Desert Chapter. William Beaumont Army Hospital, El Paso, Texas, 17th March, 1958. Oh, this must be something of my father's, because I was not born then, and my dad worked in Army hospitals. You know what's cool? Is old Jehovah's Witnesses pamphlets. It's got a gatefold cover. God damn it, Drew, you scared me. Now, why do I have a bunch of old Jehovah's Witnesses pamphlets? Because I went to an estate sale of a couple that I think were Jehovah's Witnesses pamphlet distributors, and they had a whole bound copies of Awake and Watchtower from World War II and World War I, and I thought, well, this is interesting historically, so I knew Hitler hated them, and I knew they were against war, but I looked at these booklets, And I love the artwork. You know, they, well, this is just, maybe this one isn't, maybe this one's Catholic, or I don't know. But isn't the artwork cool? Look at this on the back. I don't know what's going on with this. Pray like that. Prayers before and after Holy Communion. Okay, this is in the wrong stack. Clearly, Catholicism and Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't think they would interact well together. I don't think so. But anyway, just really cool 1920s looking art. His works. Oh, it's another gatefold. Reminds me of the old Castle of Frankenstein magazines. I don't think the artists would really appreciate that. But anyway, look at I need better light, man. I'll take it over here. Look at the destruction there. Doesn't that look like the back of a Castle of Frankenstein magazine? You got all kinds of destruction. But on this side, you know, everything's peaceful with the shepherd. You never know what you're going to see on the Kratu Orlov show. Protection from those who seek to hurt or destroy me. How can I find it? And so it's what year is this one from? Let's get this light on in here. It says low battery. Oh shit. Yeah, 19. What the fuck does that say? I think it says 1936. I gotta get my electrical cable before this thing dies on me. Uncovered. Things which have deceived millions to their hurt, now exposed for your protection. Now here's fascism or freedom. That's pretty cool. And look how they implicate all these other. See, they got the Pope mixed in there as part of the fascism. So yeah, I don't think Jehovah's Witnesses are too into Catholicism. Look, I am making all things new. The Prince of Peace. Really cool painting. Okay. I'll show you some more in a minute. And this kind of blends right in with what we're looking at, right? Beginning of the end. It looks kind of like that. I gotta hang my Dolly Parton poster up. Shit. What do you think of that? Dolly Parton. Okay, what we got here? What is this? Oh, that's a Playboy centerfold from the 60s. Okay. So, hey Drew, how are you doing? You doing okay? Whoa, look, you ate all of your breakfast. That is excellent. Oh, there's the cable. Well, we're blessed. If things go south with the economy or with whatever they're planning to do, we're in a safe part of the country. Drew's all happy sitting here in this little patch of sun. But this inflation is really kind of sucks. Because there's only one supermarket here, so the prices are higher because there's no competition. And then as Joe Biden's handlers make inflation worse and worse, it ain't fun, dude. All right, we're going on down to the basement. And there's Sean Connery and Shirley Eaton from Goldfinger and Ken Osmond. These are all people that have visited here in the basement To Kenneth, best wishes from an old friend, Lily St. Cyr, Raquel Welch. Gunnar Hansen's been here to the pinball parlor. All these famous celebrities have visited here in the Spook House. This is painted by Lance Laurie, a great painter. Some cat has vomited down here. I'll have to clean that up. All right, so we're heading on down. There's Alan hiding over there behind an unpacked box. Yeah, you don't come down here that often. We were down here, anyway, the other night that credit card would not activate, so we had to go and buy some stuff, and we made some tuna helper. I think there's still some leftovers left in the garage. Anyway, so I opened up my childhood box, right here. This is my box, Fort Apache. And it still has the address on the top. Fuck. Or does it? December 1971. Okay, so I got this play set in December of 71. Okay, so Fort Apache was a Marx Toys play set that I think came out in 1967. So let's find the electrical outlet, because this telephone battery is dying. And while I'm down here, we can look at stuff down here, because I never bring you guys down here. I'm just starting to get this place civilized. This is where the cats live. All right, we're plugged in. There's the King Kong that is made to look like the Famous Monsters cover. Here's some Richard Corbin books. What I'm trying to find is my Silver Surfer graphic novel. It's got to be around somewhere. Oh, here's Lure of the Tropics. Oh, I wonder if Jambo knows about this book. A Pictorial History, the Tropic Temptress in Film, Serials, and Comics. So it's a whole book about jungle girls, basically. And I know that Jambo Comics, one of the four-color fossils, is into jungle girls. Anyway, trust me, it's a good book. Lure of the Tropics by Bill Ferret. Is that what his name is? Bill Ferret? Bill Ferret. I bet he got made fun of in elementary school for that name. What else we got here? Look at this. It's a Captain Kangaroo sippy cup. This was Joe Biden's childhood sippy cup. Here's some stuffed animals. See, these Halloween masks. The problem is the rubber bands always break. But I was going to put them all over the wall. I've got a whole box of these things, and I want to display them. I might have to figure out a different way to display them, like possibly I might have to use a thumbtack, which is not the not the ideal way to do it. All right. So I just saw this box, my Fort Apache. I haven't opened it up and put it out on display since probably the late 70s, so I thought, I've got a little room. Why don't I look, I built it the other day. Haven't put all the people out yet. So there it is. Fort Apache. Little Indian guys. It's a U.S. cavalry supply. That's the Fort Apache. Of course, up here, if you ordered from a comic book, this is kind of what you would get, like Fort Cheyenne, say, Little Tiny Men. So I'll put that up here as kind of a contrast. Anyway, this is the bed where the cats sleep. Got all these stuffed animals for them. Looks like I need to wash their blanket. Somebody puked here. Not good. So I've got some of my Hulk figures here. This is from my childhood. This cool vampire elf guy. Looks like someone that Joe Biden's administration would appoint for some important office. You know, yeah, absolutely. So we got some Wonder Woman and American Made from The Tick. All kinds of stuff. So gradually, we're building back better down here in the dungeon. Got some records here. Some Mexican lobby cards. Santo, el enmascarado de plata y blue demon contra los monstruos. All right. Amazing. Here's some of the Blu-ray and DVDs of superhero kind of stuff, and there's some John Waters stuff. There's a Batman Blu-ray set. These are DVDs, CDs that were made, that I got off of eBay over 20 years ago, of the Fantastic Four radio show from 1975. Now you can just, get them right off of, whatever the fuck. What is this called? YouTube. Yeah, the Fantastic Four radio show. Bill Murray played the Human Torch in that. So, how about that? Here's Skip Williamson book, Trash Man Lives. That's Spain Rodriguez. Okay. All right. How about that? All right. This is one of the jack-o'-lanterns that I need to put downstairs because Halloween's in a few days. What's going on inside here? A bunch of keys. And a ring. I don't know what one of these keys are to. And some old camera. Weird things like that happen during a move. Okay. So in here I've got all these pinball machines and arcade games, but it's all a mess, as you can see. But soon it will be nice. Probably in the next few weeks, possibly. So it'll be a fun little adventure going back in time to an arcade in the 60s or 70s. That's my goal. And then in here, there's Pete getting some water. And here I've got the bulk of my DVD and my DVD collection. Blu-rays are upstairs. So I got DVDs, I've got records, all kinds of stuff. But I'm still in the process of unpacking. This is a Mike McCarthy design cover for Mexican Monsters on the March from Something Weird Video. Here's another Mike McCarthy movie. So I got some old video games in here. Man. I need to get an air conditioner down here. Do you remember Caveman Og? There's Zatanna. Anyway, I'll get all this stuff displayed properly. What would be cool is if one of you came and visited and helped me unpack and put things up where I can display them properly. See, this Indian is a Marx figure, and I started putting all the Marx figures on display. God damn, there's all these cobwebs because I haven't been in here in a while. And oh, here's a unfinished Lily Munster model kit. I don't think my wife's ever seen this. It's not painted very well because I did it, but I need to go back and finish the painting and the gluing and put it on display. I think she'll like it when she sees it. But anyway, here's the deal. And here I've got all these Marx army men. You had a German, you had your Viking, Norseman, whatever. These were, believe it or not, sold in the 90s at like Toys by Roy or something. It's like they were made in Mexico. Reproductions from the 60s ones. But it's amazing in the 90s that they would still sell these very stereotypical enemy soldiers. And you got Tinkerbell and this big one. I don't know who put that up, the big guy. He's really good. Anyway, obviously this Indian goes with those Indians, but I'll just put this Indian down here. This is where I shower every morning. Okay, this is my wife's jukebox that we bought from my friend Randy. And eventually it'll be stocked with a bunch of probably 1969 era reggae songs, Trojan era stuff, you know. When I have money to buy those. Right now I just threw some 45s on it. Haven't played it in a while. Right, Pete? How you doing, Pete? Pete, the cat has not been seen on this show very often. Well, let's go see what else is back here. How you like this black velvet art? Pretty cool, huh? Oh, the closet, man. Oh, shit, I almost stepped on Pete. I was going to show you the closet where things get hidden. Where are the provisions in case there's a big disaster provoked to disturb the election. So here they are, man. He's supposed to have a banjo, but he no longer has his banjo. And this guy, he used to have a clock. See that little, looks like a bullet hole in his belly? There was a clock around his neck and that hung down there. But these came out from Hasbro, and they're like finger puppets. But whatever they're made out of, probably if you put a Geiger counter up to it, I mean, they really glow. So I put this little guy up close to this light bulb for a while. And he moved back some of the our provisions for the nuclear holocaust. We've got macaroni and cheese and deluxe beef stroganoff. We got ramen noodles. I'm going to turn the lights off and get this guy all powered up. All right, let's turn off the lights and see how much they glow. You see that, man? They'll glow and fill up the whole room with bathe you. And those old Aurora model kits that glowed, they were amazing too. But anyway, so we got Kimball coffee. We got audio cassettes. You got Man on the Moon NASA coffee. shit, man. You got your Freddy Krueger yo-yo in case after the nuclear holocaust, there's your helmet to put on, protect you from the blast. This is in case any of the wood furniture gets damaged during the Holocaust of whatever that's going to happen. Got your whoopee cushion. Got your fang. Manzanilla, whatever that is. So it's like a real store, man. Got everything you could possibly need. And I couldn't find my Elvira beer. It was here all along. Every time I say something's missing, it usually is probably in this closet. I thought these speakers were missing, and they're in here. The only thing I'm definitely missing now is that damn fucking son of a bitching hot rod trophy that I cannot find anywhere. It's lost, man. Lost, I tell you. Okay, so that's what we'll use when it all goes down, man. All those provisions. But seriously, I'm gonna hit Walmart in a few days, if we have a few days, to and stock up on shit. Okay, and in here, what do we got? Oh, here's another glow-in-the-dark item. It's an Incrediburgable. This is a Burger Chef. Man, I don't know how, it's Incrediburgable. I don't know how you can display these guys. These are the guys that were the spokes cartoon guys of Burger Chef, which was the greatest hamburger place. I guess Burger King is the closest to that. And this damn thing, when it got packed, one of the daggers, I found it in a bunch of trash swept up on the floor, and I saved it because my mother-in-law didn't apparently see that the daggers weren't attached. And anyway, I don't know where I put it. But anyway, she only has one dagger now. I hate that. Whatever you call those things. So I've got all kinds of stuff here. This is filing cabinets where I keep important things. Morbius, the living vampire teeth. Stereo system. So this is oh, and in here in this closet is where I've got all these. Where's the light here? All these Halloween masks in this box. So I gotta get those out. And why is this Frankenstein not on display? There's my Casper game. I got Risk. These cowbells were from my great-great-grandparents' farm. I might get this Frankenstein on display somewhere, man. And I gotta recharge this phone. So then when the show ends, I'll call Captain Strangelove, see what's going on with him. So again, tonight at 7 o'clock, we'll be on the Graphic Man show. We will all be there. Okay. Oh, turn the light off. Because if you don't turn the light off, climate change is going to change even quicker, man. And then the world will all end, and it will be, as you know, an existential threat to our democracy. Okay. They're waiting on treats, because when I come down, I always give them some treats. And so they're all milling around thinking, why are you taking so long? So let's give them some of these Temptations treats, which are apparently very delicious. Maybe this is what we should eat after they turn the lights off, is Temptations cat treats. All right. So that's the basement. Isn't it amazing? Okay. Trying to think of it. Oh, we were looking at Jehovah's Witnesses booklets. That's what we're looking at. I can plug the phone in and show you some more of those. So, okay. There's the plug. All right, phone's plugged in. I'll be right back with some newsstand edition, highly collectible books. All right. So, I don't know what the collector's market is for old Jehovah's Witnesses pamphlets, but I have more than these. I think I've got some in a cabinet and down there. What are they? Indulgences. So this is an anti-indulgence packet. The good news of the kingdom. Okay. But, that doesn't look that cool. But this looks cool. Look at that. The kingdom. Now, tell me that doesn't look cool. So this, Jehovah's Witnesses had some good artists about 100 years ago. Let's see. Be glad, ye nations. Look at that. Pretty cool. What is this one? Keys of Heaven. What's up with this one? This one's been retaped. Look at that. That's not a proper repair. This book must have been popular because it's been damaged. It's called, imagine if it was called Motherfucker. Hereafter. Looks like an Oz illustration, doesn't it? What is truth? What does this one say? World recovery. Look at those people. Doesn't look too good. Oh, it's a gatefold. Or wraparound. It's not gatefold, it's a wraparound cover. What am I? I don't know my comic book terminology. Look at that. Oh, it's another wraparound cover. This is called Favored People. They must be LGBT because they've got a rainbow. And that's the only thing a rainbow could possibly mean, right? This must be another LGBT track. Pretty cool. There's no illustrations inside, just in case you're wondering. Here's just the front cover, but there's no book. What do they say about survival after death? And then it leaves you hanging because there's no book. Oh, shit. Now, this looks cool. This looks like a pulp. Warning. 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 Will Robinson. Okay. Universal war near. And they were actually right, you know. But I guess you could kind of see that war coming. But you can kind of see something coming right now, too. It's a little scary. I'm glad I'm not draft age. Let's see. 1935. I think in 1935 you could kind of guess something was going to happen. This one's called Intolerance. And look, they've got pictures of some of their other... This is called Dividing the People. How about that? And angels are dividing the wicked and the good. Look at that. Angels. Let's take a look at the wicked. Kind of looks like the Addams family. Okay, there's a priest. He must be a fat businessman. And I don't know who he is. She's a red-haired woman with a blindfold on. And the good. Let's see what the good people look like. You don't see good people very often. And there's more from the same publisher. Didn't we just see this one, The Prince of Peace? I thought we did. This must be another printing of it. This is The Crisis. Now, tell me that doesn't look like a J. Allen St. John, you know, from, if you don't know who that is. He illustrated a lot of Edgar Rice Burroughs book covers and old pulps that had Edgar Rice Burroughs. I wonder if these were all, if they only used Jehovah's Witnesses as artists, or if they would commission people from the outside community to come in and do these covers. I don't know. Where are the dead? Religion reaps the whirlwind. If you went into an estate sale and found a bunch of these like on sale for like nothing, like I probably got the whole stack for, it probably couldn't have been more than $5 or $10. Would you buy these, or would you just think, you probably think I'm crazy, but I think they're cool looking. Look at this one, Our Lord's Return. And it's like a futuristic time. I mean, this is their version of the future. God damn it, man. You're gonna give me a stroke, man. Because, you know, whenever you see these kind of floating airships, you know, that's like the world of the future. Oh, very neat. What year is this from? Our Lord's Return, His Parousia, His Apocalypsis, and His Epiphiana, 1929. Look at these words, man. Never seen words like that before. Another, Where Are the Dead? Fantastic. Supremacy. Oh, it's an angel. Look at that. What is this here? Obadiah Knight Parent-Teacher Association. Dallas, Texas, 1952 to 1953. I don't think this has anything to do with the Jehovah's Witnesses. Obadiah Knight School. I got all kinds of crap here, man. The People's Friend. Where are the dead? The last days. Prosperity, sure. That seems to be a common thing. Where are the dead? Judge Rutherford answers from the Bible in a delightfully simple and logical way the most perplexing questions of life. They have been so for thousands of years and are so today to most people. You'll be surprised when you read them what a reasonable, sensible book the Bible really is. It's certainly worth a try anyway. The three, each 64 pages, 3-color covers, mailed anywhere for 25 cents. From 117 Adams Street, Brooklyn, New York. There's Evolution versus the New World. And these are the two magazines. I got a bunch of these old magazines in bound sets. This one's cover is not as cool. Mainly because the cover's missing. Oh, this is probably the one that cover goes to. Because look, it's got, yeah, that's what it is. This, yeah, that cover that was missing goes with this. Look. I just need to get some archival mending tissue, as Captain Strangelife's always talking about. Yeah, see it. It goes here. See how it. Let's see. It's a match. What in the name of heckin' shit is this? I don't think this is Jehovah's Witness oriented. Our Young Folks, an illustrated magazine for boys and girls. 1868. Shit, this may be the oldest thing I own, man. 1868. I don't think I own any books this old. It's like a magazine from 1868, and this does not look like a religious book. Where the fuck did I get this, man? You never know what you're gonna find here in the Gratu Orloff mansion. This thing's way older than the house we're in, man. 1868. How about that? Look, they got. What do these ads say? A safe, certain, and speedy cure for neuralgia and all nervous diseases. I wonder what nervous diseases they had back then. And this is an ad for Tucker's patent bronzed gas fixtures. Chandeliers, pendants, portables, brackets. Okay. 1868, dude. All right. We've got enough electricity where we can go mobile again. April 1868, man. That's like 97 years before I was born. So I didn't buy this one off the rack. Anyway. So you need to get Jehovah's Witnesses tracks because FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. These are going to go way up in value because